right, it is that time. The final episode of Ragnarok Ascended, the first series. And, as you can tell, we are surrounded by Spinos. Got my Utyrannus. I think I might need to take one of these guys away. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to get into this. This episode's going to be... I guess these last few episodes have been kind of long because, well, I have been... Oh, can we get out? No? Okay, well, we're stuck. That's great. Yeah, we're stuck. That's nice. That's great. I wanted to be on next to my Utyrannus. Hopefully it comes with. There might be 21 Spinos. I may have miscounted. Okay. Let's get into this. Can we get up here? Now, not all these guys have got saddles. Some of them do. And it does not look like... Oh, this isn't good. My really high level... Oh, it is. It's right here. Can we all just move over there? Thank you. All right. Everyone follow me. Go that way. Go that way. Everyone go. Go get them. Whistle neutral. Oh, there's ice worms. I did not think about that. That makes sense. Oh, and it looks like there is. No. There's no water. That's great. That's fine. Okay. That is... I thought, you know, with it being frozen, there might be a little bit of water somewhere. But, can we whistle? Yeah. Whistle everyone on you. Everyone get over here. Go. Go. Yeah, everyone get in there. They might get attacked before I can actually do anything. That's great. I didn't think about, you know, the fact that it's going to be flying. That's lovely. Everyone. Nope, wrong button. Why are you guys all stuck? This is going horribly. Go. Go. The ones that need to be moving need to move. Are we just... We're just being stuck. Okay. That's great. Why are you two causing so much issues? You know what? Let me just... Yeah. Let me just get rid of you. There. Now everyone go. I don't need that one. What are we stuck on? What are we... What is going on here? Why are they all stuck? Okay, that's lovely. My other guys are just getting beat up. Just go neutral. Go neutral. Go. You're the... Come on. Let's go. I'm not even in the fight. Let's do this. Let's get in here. Yeah, they're already injured because... Yeah, I didn't think about that. Come on. Do all the damage. Everyone just attack, please. No? Okay. No, we're just... Go aggressive. Whatever. Just go aggressive. Are we... We're just not attacking. Okay. Come on. Get in there. This has gone horribly wrong. Why are we just standing? Attack. Jeez. They're just standing around. Go aggressive. Yeah, get in here. Are their AI just messed up? Is that what's going on here? Okay. Let's not circle up around me. That'd be great. I need to be the one moving. I didn't think about flying. I did not think about this being a flying thing, and the plan was to ride on something that was able to be attacked, but I didn't think the Majungasaurus was going to be the smartest bet. All right, can I sit back here and just do damage with my shotgun? Yeah, come on. Land. Land. Yeah, we can just... Yeah, you guys are not doing as well as I thought you would. And... there we go. Deal damage to her. Deal damage. Come on. Yeah, I was really hoping for there to be water. Jeez. I mean, we might be able to do it. I was just hoping for water. Some kind of water in here. I haven't been in this arena at all, so this is a first. If you guys would do your special attack, that would probably help. Definitely would. I'll stick on her. You guys just take care of... yeah. Handle those. Yeah, I got you. Come on. Bring it. Love the colors. I really do. Honestly, I might have to do a ice wyvern, you know, mutation set like that at some point in Ark. That looks amazing. The green, you know, Alpha's got to look really cool too. It's got to, which we're not doing today. We are strictly doing just Gamma, because yeah. Come on. Get in here. No, I keep hitting my inventory button, which is on my mouse. Get over here. Get over here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. What is going on with the AI? We'll just keep spraying with it with the assault rifle. I know I could do... let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. Can you land? Definitely feel like Griffins or Actually, I don't even know if griffins would be good at this. Oh, nope. Let's get back in the... Get back on the Spino. Yeah, I didn't think about flying. You know, I wasn't really, you know, the smartest about that. Finding a flying thing with creatures that... Are you serious? Come on, land. You're so scared to land because you don't do as much damage. Let's go. Come on. I'm doing a little bit of damage, but there we go. Yeah, get in here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if we had that hydration bonus, definitely would be so much better. If they would do their swipe attack, I don't know if you have to turn that on or what. Yeah, they're just being put through a grinder. That's 2, that's 3. Just right there. None of them have really, I mean, the one I'm riding's got really good saddles, but that's about it. It's really just me doing the damage here, I guess. I mean, they're doing a little bit, but no, it's, I definitely, you know, they're max mutated, and I'm not really max, but up to 40 in the technical slot, 20 to be exact on the parental side, in health, stamina, melee, weight. So, yeah, I really feel like hydration would make these guys so much better. That was really what I think put the offset for it. All right, yeah, you guys go chase her down, and I will I'll deal with her now. Come on. I thought there was gonna be a little bit of hydration, you know, a little bit of water. I didn't think it was gonna be completely frozen. You know, I should have assumed that, seeming it's a, you know, a ice queen type deal. So, yeah, come on, guys, get over here. Let's finish her off. This will be it. Yeah, get in here. Definitely could have done some wyverns. I just didn't get any good stats out of eggs. And I checked fairly, you know, fairly often in the series. So yeah, that's what sucks. Come on, we're so close. All right, everyone, go that way. I've got her. I've got her from here. It's all right. Okay. Sweet. Give me this. Thank you. Let's go gather our loot stuff. Forget the saddles. I don't need them. Sorry, guys. I don't need all your guys' junk. 100 elements. Sweet. Is that it? That's all we get? Seriously? I thought there was going to be more. I mean, it makes sense. It is just Gamma. And it is, you know, not a story map. So, yeah, the Ascension's not... I mean, there's not an Ascension, so... There's not anything crazy, I guess. We made out with, what, 2, 4? Yeah, the second highest level one didn't come with us. That sucks. I don't even think... Yeah, this is the one that I've been riding on. That 203 saddle. But, yeah. F in chat for all those Spinos. You know, I thought it was going to be just a little bit more... watery, you know, it's a little bit of a tundra type. What is that? Is that the actual dragon? I don't have a magnifying glass, so hopefully that doesn't cause issues. No? Okay. Yeah, see that 462 was supposed to come with us, and yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, I guess one did make it out alive because it was stuck. Yeah, that's great. Let me get back to base. Let me get everything pulled here. I do have. Okay, yep, there's the rest of my stuff up here near the griffin. Um, if it was me and I was to do it again, definitely something that has some reach on it would be the smartest bet. Yeah, I would definitely say wyverns would probably be the thing that they're wanting you to use technically. If we're going off that, if you have access to other things, I guess if you get Deinonychus, not yeah. Well, I guess when Valguero comes out later today, because this episode's coming out the day Valguero comes out, we're supposed to later this evening when Valguero drops and you have access to Deinonychus. Take them over there. See if they're good. Can you put those guys in boss battles? I think you can. Yeah, put those guys to the test. I think they would be great because they'll be able to latch to her. And yeah, Dinosuchus. What? What? Oh, how did you hit me? Are you an alpha? I think you're an alpha because you just pulled me off my my mount. Oh, you're something. I don't know how you hit me from Griffin. I don't have time for this. This is dangerous water here. But yeah. What is? Are you serious? Are you serious right? Seriously, I can't even speak. Are we? I have not had this issue all this entire time, and now. Okay, let's get out of here. We'll be back. But yeah, that's good to know. Strange. Glad to know that was possible at the very end. But yeah, I need to see one of those up some of these days. One of these days. I think I'm gonna keep everything going over here. Check out a few more mods on this that I have here, and yeah, maybe we'll see. Depending on how Valguero goes, we'll see how it goes. If I need some stuff to go check out some mods, this would be the world too, because I really did enjoy this season, this series. No, not this season, the series. The series was just great. For the first time on Ragnarok Ascended, just all around great. But let me get to the base, get some stuff set up, and we'll do the final tour of what we've done over there. So give me a moment. My deal is, how come in the Lost Colony deal we can't get rid of our beard, but if we throw on the Manticore helmet, it gets rid of our beard. Why is that the case? That's such a strange. Yeah, we're back here at the base. I'm gonna wait for daylight, and then we'll be back. All right. I got the armor all painted up. I don't have full tech. I am kind of, cheating it out here. I do have tech gauntlets and boots is what you unlock from Gamma. And then you get the Behemoth Gate, and you get the Megalodon saddle, which I have a free one. Free one of those. Free one of those. I don't have a replicator, but I could easily craft that. Yeah. And then you get the teleporter, which honestly I think is nice because that was what I was kind of lacking. Wish I would have got a sword, but at the end of the day I didn't get one. That's fine. It's okay. I think we look amazing in the Lost Colony gear right here. That's all painted up. Definitely looks amazing for the color scheme I have chosen, which is all dark green, light green, and some white. So yeah, let's get into this. So first off, the barn, the big thing here, the barn. Let's just start over here and we'll work our way to the main house. So we started with, we built the barn here for our mutations, our breeding, all of the good needs there. And it served its purpose, and it's going to serve its purpose a few more times. And when it comes, if I decide to go fight a few more bosses. So yeah, we got the boss there. Well, not the boss. the the barn. Next up, we have the stables. Honestly, I love this build. I honestly only built it because of the unicorn. The unicorn here is the reason why I built it. And yeah, I think the bison fit perfectly. I think it really gave that ranch feel to the area. And yeah, I had a few more plans to build out this way and have bison roaming and all this stuff. I was going to, then I realized the problem. Creatures can still spawn inside pillars in that massive area. I'd have to go through and like pillar lock everything, and I do believe creatures still spawn. So yeah, I would have to do that. I'd have to put foundations. I think foundations kind of stop creatures from spawning occasionally. Um, I do believe. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for that, but I do think that it's right over there doing that. We built this silo. This was completely off cam. This was me just rebuilding. I was bored one day, and I was waiting on some stuff. And yeah, it's just got the forge in there with 4 pieces of metal. Honestly, I really like this. I can put it up on a template if you guys want me to. I do believe I can. I think everything is snapped in here nice and neatly. And yeah, it fits the area really nice. I think it adds a silo and has functionality because I didn't really know what to do for a silo. So yeah, I was like, we have industrial forges. That's perfect. This windmill here is a Strauss skinned. This is where I was gonna start my my big farm that I wanted to do, and ultimately didn't because I was doing those dragon horde chests, getting kibble, and I have the bio grinder, and yeah, have this little fishing dock here. When the summer event came out, I was like, oh, that looks cool. Let me do something like a little fishing area, and yeah, I think I did this nicely. We got the Moros gi- Gigantotufus, if I'm saying that right. Trying to eat a basil booth here. And yeah, I don't think I really showed this off at all during the series. So yeah, just a cute little build. Got some, ichthysauruses up here. Some carbo nimis. I don't really know how to say it. The turtle. I was gonna do an archelon, but it doesn't fit this type of turtle that you would find in a pond. That's more of like a sea turtle. So if I was to, have a sea turtle fishing area, definitely would have that type. Maybe a snake. I don't really know. Definitely more birds. Birds are very annoying. Here's the first farm we set up. Kind of the outline of what I was wanting to do at the beginning. We've got just a little bit. This is a apiary from castle keeps and fortresses, which is originally what I was going to do. I originally was going to do castles because Ragnarok has castles on it, and I was going to do that, but playing with the bison, it instantly made me feel like, man, Wild West ranch vibes, and so yeah, I was like, let's just go with that. Our build up here, we've got the butcher shop. Honestly, I love this build. Yeah, I really do. This is where I really went into adding life into a build. We've got our prices for extraordinary, 100 CP, X, yeah, and so forth. And my little bit, I don't think anyone noticed this. I put no refunds because you wouldn't have any refunds. And then we've got the little area back here that currently is off because there's no meat. Well, not anything in here at the moment. Can I get? I don't even want to game up. Well, yeah, there's meat hanging in here. There's supposed to be a little light in the back, but I'm assuming the generator is not working. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think I used it for another build. But yeah, we've got this, and I love this. Welcome, get you some meat. I just figured if you walk into a meat shop, that's what it would be. Actually, I think maybe, yeah, it is unpowered. Okay, it definitely is. So yep, just a way to get up here, and I looked up for a meat shop. I looked up an old general store vibe, and that's what I got from this. And yeah, that's okay. It's Toronto. thought it was a brachio. I was like, "Are you serious? I've been waiting for you guys to spawn all this entire series, and you guys decide to spawn now." But it was just a Bronto sticking its head up. I was like, "Are you serious? The one creature I have been waiting to spawn this entire series decides to spawn on the last episode." And here we've got the grinder. The place that we would grind up everything. I was using it for storage for breeding because I did some breeding in here, and yeah, that explains where my Dinosuchus went because I was looking for them. Um, yeah, just got some meat, some bones piled up. You got don't stand on, which I'm doing, but it's turned off. Otherwise, you end up like Fred here, and yeah, his hand is waving at him goodbye from behind him. Honestly, I love this. I love this little detail. Um, yeah, don't be like Fred. Don't stand on it. And inside here, we've got the main build. The main house. We had a small house to originally start with. I kind of went over how I was cramped. But first, we need to cover the Daedon pin here. This was another one of those builds where I was just trying to add some life to the area, and I was like, Daedon pin, you'd have a pig pin. And Diplo did get in here in one episode and to kind of toss them around. But yeah, this is like one of those areas where I wanted to put them on Wander, but I wasn't fully done breeding them because they were supposed to be in the boss battle with me. I forgot about that. And yeah, as you can see, I added some thatch, some really cool way of doing this. There's actually some ways to do this, and there's technically pillars underneath this that these are attached to, and then I went off the walls to place the foundations. And yeah, just really cool. I was trying some new building techniques. You can sadly see it here, but I feel like in a pig pen, you would definitely have some spillage. I mean, they are a messy creature. This is a little mud area. Just use crop plots for it. Yeah, really cool. Like I said, just a place I could add some life. I was like, I want to add life to the build, and that was one way of doing it. And let's go ahead and throw you back out so you can gaze out there. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, another way of using that stable style door right there. But no, the main build, the main house, the big house. Honestly, I feel like this is my biggest base that I've done in Ark Ascended. And yeah, I love it. Let's get a little fly around with the Griffin here. So yeah, we'll take a little look. We looked for a mod or something for cosmetic that would apply a ranch style house. The shingles, the frontier, I had to paint, but I was really going for the steampunk, but couldn't get the the look with the ramps because they have the little glass still. I never finished painting apparently. Yeah, just a really nice little build. Really just encapsulates that ranch farmhouse. Yeah, just over the top build I've got going on here. A lot more different styles in this build that I've done in past builds recently, really, because I really honestly, I really like the Colosseum, and I was like, how do I top the Colosseum in my Astreos series? And yeah, that was kind of how I did it. I was like, I need to build something big, because the Colosseum was could fit several giga in it, and yeah, so apparently got a Spino hanging out. And I was like, with the barn, I tested some different build styles, and I pushed myself a little bit more. I used ramps and apparently random steampunk wall made it in there. Yeah, I really tested myself here. This is I live in a royal, not a royal, a rural. I can't say that without my accent kicking in, but a rural area. So barns and all that stuff is something I commonly see going down the road, and yeah, that I really feel like encapsulated that. That feeling when I'm driving down the road, I see an old barn. Outside the windows, this is really what it looks like. Maybe sometimes it extends just a little bit more, and this is more open for storing stuff, hay and and not like that. There's also usually storage up here for hay, but I was like, I don't need all that extra storage at the moment because I needed space. I didn't know what I was going to breed in here. At the time, I didn't know. I could have had several gigas that I wanted to breed, and I didn't tame any gigas or carches, which is okay because we did a lot of that in Astreos, and I wanted to do some more taming of creatures that I normally don't get to. And like the Spinos, I haven't tamed any of those besides in the island. Of course, the bison were new, the Veilwind, the summer drakelings, the drakelings. Never got a spring. Could never find one. I guess I did have that really high level there to start off, and it sadly got ruined and died. But yeah, so with the main build, I was like, I want to introduce life. I want to make it feel like, usually on a ranch, most people, they don't buy their food. They build it, well, they grow it, they hunt for it, they protect their livestock. So it's like, what would really encapsulate that, hunter feel? And I was like, every build, every lodge type deal I saw, there was some kind of like statue of something outside, either it be a deer, a wolf, a bear. I was like, let's use the Carno. The Carno is not the apex, but I mean, it is one of those creatures that I feel like in this kind of area you would have to be careful if with your bison. It would be perfect, food for a Carnosaurus, a Carno. So let's use that. And then I was like, how do we really wrap up this build? And I was like, let's add a giant curved stairs. That's gonna allow the space here to, oh, I keep hitting that by accident. How do I really, encapsulate that? It feels like it's big grand entrance. And yeah, I added trees in here and whatnot. And yeah, I really feel like the staircase makes it feel like it's big, it's grand, it's something that this person's been working several generations to keep hold of. And yeah, so and here we go. So I went ahead and I was like, I got to add liveliness to my builds, and luckily, we have custom cosmetics in this game, and it's I'm able to do that with the Astreos industrial cooker skin here that adds these giant grape you know wine makers, which is something you would see probably back in ancient Greece, ancient times, probably giant winemakers. Everyone, even today, maybe not to this, level of, you know, oldness, but ancient style. Um, Maybe even there is still some today. I have never been to a winery, so yeah. The beehive I just added there because I was like, we need honey, and I really didn't want to keep running out there to get that one, so I just added another beehive here. Flowers, this is supposed to be the kitchen sink. Never got around to putting the vessel like I wanted to there, but yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Moro added that hydrovanta, and the hydrovanta looks so amazing. And I am getting overheated in. I'm assuming it's the riot. Yeah, whatever. We'll just have to talk quickly here. So I was like, yeah, hydrovanta. It comes with this aquarium. Um, I really feel like this is the perfect place for it because sure, it's supposed to be your kitchen sink, but at the same time, you're gonna change the water here, and you're not gonna carry it a whole lot, especially this big of a tank, and it's supposed to be like a little manta ray. So yeah, that works. Then we got our industrial grid here, which is Strayos. Same with these forges, but I was like, oh, these look like pizza ovens. You would cook something here. There's apparently clay pots in there. I did not notice that. I was like, this fits perfectly next to this, so we'll just slap them here, and it turned out great. Um, Steampunk decoration kit looks amazing. They're decorated throughout the entire build. Got little, pipes going everywhere, which I combined steampunk and I feel like frontier perfectly here with the style build. And we got the refrigerator skins from Astreos, which adds bison milk to it, which is just hilarious because this came out right around the same time Bison came out, so it was like the perfect time to add something like that. And then, we've got just random decoration hidden here, a random bathroom because, you need one of these in the house. And I was like, and where to add this? And this is like the perfect little hideaway for it. Just back here in this little corner, Storage, you definitely want to store some stuff up there. My main bedroom office area, I have somewhere I need to sit and think about the decisions I need to make and, look at my airships, store some ideas. I record stuff, so I figured add this camera looking thing here. I got to answer the phone sometimes, and do that. Chess is a big thing. Honestly, this clock, I love that it adds just noise, and once again, I feel like if I have this big grand lodge mansion type deal, it's gonna have bones in it. I really feel like that's just one of those things. Kind of reminds me of Jurassic World, the one where they're at the house, and yeah, there's just random statues and stuff. Of course, he was a paleontologist, black market dealer, but yeah, at the end of the day, there was just stuff like that. Now, if I had more time, I'd go through and add more decorations. and just, really make it feel lived in up here. And then I've got, my flower pots just here and there. And like I said, just random decorations. I really wanted the Bronto right here in the center, and I wanted it to be this really big, massive creature. And we're just gonna take our clothes off because, yeah, we're getting a little warm. But yeah, I wanted it massive in the center. It just didn't look good because I couldn't get it centered. It If I turned it one way, its tail blocked one way. I didn't want it blocking the grand, entry steps here. And yeah, so it's just over here in this corner with the Ice Queen. And here we've got, what I call my cigar room. This is be like the room I just sit in, relax, read a book. If there was a television, maybe watch, some kind of television. Just kind of sit there and chillax, somewhere I can just sit there and clear my mind, think about. And with that being said, I think we need to add something here. We need to add our flag, because we just beat, a boss. And this would be like a hard earned trophy. And I really feel like that fits perfectly back there in that corner. And let's pull for a trophy. But yeah, I really feel like that would just be, this is the room that I would feel like I'm just, proud of my accomplishments. It's like the trophy room. It's the room that I can just sit here and I feel, reading a book, smoking a cigar, maybe drinking some coffee. I'm not a really big, whiskey, bourbon, scotch guy, alcohol at all. But yeah, this just be the room I want to sit in, listen to the clock tick, just sit back and unwind and just admire all the trophies I got going on, the things I have accomplished. So yeah, and with that being said, let's get this in there. And yeah, that just looks amazing. That looks terrifying at the same time. Definitely more terrifying than that one. But yeah, and then over here we just got random, little statues, little areas, a little working desk, and then we've got, a couple balconies on each side. Nothing out here, nothing special. Never decorated out here. If I was going to it, I'd have a little table, little sitting area. Maybe if I could find some kind of item display that makes it look like there's a gun or something. Like I'm watching over the land on either side. Over there would be my farm and my bison. So yeah, then we've got down here just like a little cellar, and it's got like our storage. Mine, the hole in the wall, I was removing stuff. It's got our boiler room, our furnace. It's stuff to keep the room warm, the house warm, the water warm, and just storage. Maybe we need to work on some stuff down here. A little bit more, messy. I can open up the doors. Feel like it's getting really aired out. Just a little area to store stuff, essentially. Then we would go up here, and this is kind of the top balcony, the relaxation balcony, really. And maybe I'd watch over some stuff. Little beaver gets a little close, maybe shoot it. Yeah, just sit out, enjoy, watch everything. And yeah, this is one of my favorite builds, and I'm glad I added some life to it, because that wouldn't have been possible with that little walkthrough, just with all that little storytelling. And then I got my work area over here. I've got a few different little cosmetics that just add to it. Um, Once again, that steampunk adds a really nice industrial cooker right here. And yeah, so I just like, if you're working on something, you do want to read books, you want to know about it before you just work on it. So it's like, this adds perfect. This is Astraeos. The chemistry bench, the fabricator, the smith. Well, this is castle keeps and fortresses. Astraeos storage, the vanillas with sprinkles, repair anvil. Just little stuff area. You just add some life to your build. It really, to me, I was like, oh, that's dumb. Adding life to a build. I just need a functional base. But if you are PVE, I mean PvP, you really don't want to. Hey guys, come and come and join my little relaxation. Maybe community server, if we had one, maybe build something like this for everyone to come back. This is no PvP area. We all come out here just to hang. Maybe meet up, join a tribe, something like that. But yeah, no, this is definitely one of my favorite builds. I wish I could share the template, but I went over this in that episode. It's just so much. There's over 2,000, maybe 3,000 structures here, and yeah, it took a lot of time to build up. But some of those tames, man, just I really feel like once you get into that in game, Ark becomes really fun. And I feel like there's other games like Minecraft that does that. You know, once you beat the game, it's really when you get into the game. Ark, I feel like once you get to that those in games where you can just, okay, I don't need to be worried about, sparing a few bullets here and there. Whereas, I can go tame whatever creature all the creatures I need, put all those into one big build like this, and it comes together and it perform. You just make something like this. Now I know PvP is a big part of Ark, and I don't hate anyone that has that does PvP. PvP is just not what I like. I like to build stuff, add some life to the game, and yeah, this is how I do it. Now, with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching, so much for sitting around, listening to me ramble, watch me almost fail to a boss, and let's do one final thing. Let's check out the boss taxidermy. Is it worth the effort of trying to... Nope, that's the wrong thing. Is it worth the effort of trying to lose several creatures to make sure you get that, like I did? Let's see. Let's do this. Let's go. Here we go, right here in the middle. Maybe this would be the worth it, placing it here in the middle. Oh yeah, I like that. I really do. I really like this. I know it's just an ice, an ice dragon, ice wyvern, but it looks really cool. I like that. I really do. I really wish that some of the bosses you could get variants of. I know, in later maps we get like yeah, is it? I really have troubles pronouncing it. Fyodor. We get, we get the wolves. What is it called? Fenrir. We get, a version of Fenrir, which isn't, as powerful as Fenrir itself. Is that Fyodor? Yes, I want to say it is. Am I right? I think I am. Whatever map it is that Fenrir is on, you get, a little version of Fenrir. I really wish we could get that. Like if we defeated, how do you say it? Nunatak, Nunyan Talk. However you say this name. I've got a little egg for defeating it, and we can raise it. And sure, it might just be a little bit of a glorified wyvern, but instead of having just the frost, get rid of the frost breath. Add that little spit, the little ice ball. Add that little tail spike that it did. That's some way to add some life to the game without having to add a whole new creature. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the series. I can't wait to see you guys on Valguero in the first episode, whenever that may be, tomorrow or this evening. But thank you guys so much for enjoying. And with that being said, catch you later.